Today, I'm joined by Sharon Carty. Sharon has established herself as an esteemed interpreter of both early and contemporary works, and her impressive career spans opera and concert repertoire. Sharon, I'm sure our audience will be fascinated to hear about your role as artist in association with the Irish Chamber Orchestra. And particularly, I'm quite interested to hear about your involvement with Sing Out with Strings, because, I know it's called Sing Out, but it's with strings. So I want to know how you feel about working with Sing Out with Strings and why you believe this is important work.
Well, how I feel about it is very, very excited. It's so important. I think everyone should have access to it. I think if I was president of the world, I'd make sure that every child, was singing for half an hour every day. It's such a holistic mind, body, soul activity, and not with a view to going on to actually be professional in any way, but just to enjoy it for the act of singing and music making itself.
And you said in your answer, you said about singing being kind of good for the mind, body and soul kind of thing. I'm interested to know, as a professional singer, do you still have that feeling, that kind of sense that it is a holistic activity?
Yeah, I used to be a PE teacher, so the kind of the elite physicality of singing is like even the physics of how vocal production works is something that I find really fascinating. Your body is your instrument, so it's such a deeply personal thing. You can't like get a Stradivarius voice on loan, yet you're stuck with what you have, which is a good thing. That's you work with what you're given. I actually recently I played the fiddle quite poorly as as a child, and over the summer I took it out. I inherited my grandmother's really beautiful. It's actually one of those copies of Stradivarius, the ones that have like the Cremona sticker on the inside, but it's not an actual Stradivarius. It's a lovely instrument, but I've taken it out over the summer and have gone to a few kind of like learning sessions for trad music and stuff, and it stressed me out so much having the instrument with me the whole time, and like been like, do I like, have I forgotten it? And the responsibility, like you always give out as a singer about not being able to leave your instrument behind, if you're like, eating or drinking or talking or staying up late or whatever, that affects your instrument. But actually having just had the responsibility for a violin the last couple of months, I actually maybe think I prefer it all being encompassed in me.
In one thing, yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So collaborating with the Irish Chamber Orchestra seems to be a significant part of your musical journey. I've got all sorts of memories of concerts with you, seeing you kind of around and about the place in, dare I say it, in bars, joining in all the fun after concerts and things. I'm wondering, can you share with us what it's like working with the ICO and what makes this partnership really important, really meaningful to you, obviously on a personal level, but also as an artist?
What a lovely question. I think for any musician working with the ICO would be an important part of their musical journey, because you guys are such an incredible bunch of musicians, but also such a wonderful group of people. Like it's really lovely to walk into a rehearsal room and see friendly, faces, and like I'll be friends with some of the gang in the orchestra as well, which makes it really, really lovely. I think the first project I did with you guys was when we did Agrippina with Opera Collective Ireland many years ago. I think that was 2015, and that was great fun. And then I was supposed to come and sing with you guys in 2018, and I was very ill and had to cancel, unfortunately. So when we did the Deirdre Gribbon world premiere last summer, it was really special. And I will admit, a bit terrifying, because we chose not to use a conductor. So and I had met Catherine and I had met a couple of days before, and we'd kind of gone through it and decided, who needed to look after what corner, and what signals needed to be given where and when. But there was about 10 minutes of absolute like abject terror when I walked in, because the conductor's chair was vacant, and they were like, "Here you go." And I was like, "Oh no." So yeah, like, but yeah, once we got over the logistics of that, and kind of just then started. It's just uh, like doing that project with the ICO was just, it was so easy. It's lovely. Just been seen as an instrument in the group, and kind of having that kind of mutual respect. That's really lovely.
Right. And also, I just wanted to ask, just to finish, what can the audience expect from the performance? And what makes this music really significant? Why does it resonate for you as a mezzo soprano?
It's interesting. It's normally performed at Easter, so it's actually kind of nice to get to perform it just as a piece of music, because it's beautiful, and not because it's appropriate to the kind of liturgical time of year. It's Stabat Mater, so it's Latin for mother standing, and it describes Mary standing at the foot of the cross, weeping at the situation unfolding, understandably, and it's a kind of a reflection on a mother's grief and a mother's love. So it's from her perspective, and it's somber music for the most part. There are a couple of movements which sound quite cheerful, and it's funny actually, because I did another Stabat Mater, the Boccherini one, at Easter this year, and it's also the same. Some of the music is actually quite cheerful, despite having very, very dark text. It's a bit like, the Che farò in Orfeo, the C major kind of quite happy sounding lament. Musically, that's quite interesting for a singer to kind of get your head around a dark text, but then the musical subtext isn't quite rowing in with it. That can sometimes create quite a bit of interesting tension, and how you deal with that then. And then obviously singing with Anna, we've just recently finished a run of Così fan tutte together. I absolutely adore singing with her. She's just so musical and has such a beautiful voice, and is an amazing colleague. And as you said, we're great friends. So that's really a nice perk of this job, is when you get to do projects like this with your great friends. And I get to work with Christian Kernan for the first time as well. So yeah, and come back to you guys. What's not to like?
Sharon, thank you so much for taking the time to
My
talk
pleasure.
to me today. I really appreciate it. And I cannot wait to hear the concert. I really genuinely love that piece. So I'm really looking forward to it.
Me too. See you soon.